It's probably the last week in November. I will be here at the plot, and I've come to a horrible surprise. It's all fallen apart, and that might be because I didn't reuse the right silicone, most likely. So that means then this creation of a lid is not going to work. So I'm going to have to now have a little tinker, have a little think, and I gotta do something else. I'm gonna have to do something else because it's getting really close to where I might actually use this soon. And if it's not ready and not frost-proof, I'm gonna be a bit, you know. So let's take this apart safely. Really sad, but hey, look, you live and you learn. And try and think of another plan. I'm good at coming up with alternative plans, so we'll get there. We'll get there. Right. My backup plan is if I very, very slowly drill holes through the acrylic, I can just screw the acrylic straight into the wood. Won't need no glue. And it will kind of serve as a good lid for now. It's kind of the only thing I can think of right now that I can do. Let's make some holes for some screws. Like this. I was worried that it was going to be really brittle, but it's not. So then, if I can screw it in that way. I don't really know why. There's been a frost, and it's absolutely melted the nasturtiums, which is that over. It always happens every year. They get so out of control, and then by the time a frost comes, they're all goners. And if I slowly put in some screws, fills in but also not at the same time. Let's see. And then I can put the hinges back on the thing. I mean, it works. There we go. There's always a solution to a problem, and we gotta do it. We're gonna do it. We will do it. Everything's gonna be wonky on this allotment. Right. Okay, not the most perfect cold frame I ever imagined, but look, hey, it works. And I should have done this in the first place. Hopefully all this glue will harden, then I can just like scrape it off or something for the aesthetic side. But in reality, I have a functioning cold frame, you know? It's got lids, it's gonna keep everything nice and toasty from the cold. There's a few little holes I need to fix, so I'm just gonna have a wee tinker in what to do in that part, just to fill any gaps that has been created. I have this side, they're a little bit too close to each other, but all in all it work. It works. So, taking out some compost from the bin to use on my beds. And do you know what? There's something really proud to be like, I've made compost. I've made really nice compost. And it's only taken a year and a half for everything to break down. But I've made compost. And I'm going to go put it on my beds. And it looks really nutritious. It looks scrumptious. But there's something so rewarding and really cool about making your own compost. Sorry, I'm just nerding out right now, making my own compost. So I'm just gonna take some of this because I need some nice, nutritious compost for the greenhouse beds because there's nothing on it at the minute. So I'm just gonna take this, give this a good stir as well because it's just, I haven't moved it at all this year. Like, oh my god, look at these worms packed in there, absolutely rammed in this paper. Such a good sign. You've got worms in your compost. Yeah. That's some good compost in there, and I'm not too sure about this side, but I'm really happy about that. This is broken down a lot more recently. Hello, bee lovers. It is December and I have got a cold, but it's becoming the end. It's also very windy, so I'm going to pick and choose when I speak so there's not too much wind coming over me. But there's not much to do in December. It's a very, very quiet month, very busy month. There's not much time to come here. Most of the time in December you're going to spend preparing your beds, keeping them mulched or keeping them covered to make sure wildflowers are suppressed, not growing too much. So I've already kind of done some covering of my beds. I am waiting for some manure so that I can cover the beds with that, and then I'll probably do like a fine layer of well composted bark chippings or something just to keep it all down and lovely. I thought I'd just have a little reflection and have a little time to reflect on this year. I think that's always a really nice thing to do, is to just reflect on it. And actually, you know, I do feel really proud of myself and how much I've done this year. I would have loved to have done way, way more. And I'm always pushing myself to do more. And, you know, people do tell me, hey, you do enough. You know, give yourself some credit, give yourself some slack. But I definitely feel like this year I was a bit behind on everything, just with money-wise and timings, not getting everything. But in 2025, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to grow so much because I've pre-brought so many seeds already. I need to get a few more. I'm like more prepared for 2025 as a harvest, with the beds being made, ready to go. This year, not all of them were in use. Only one or two were in use. I'm still kind of changing my ideas on how this allotment goes. I really want to focus on also making this cottage section looking absolutely fantastic and cozy, and another project idea for next year. I do apologise, my throat is very dry. Another project idea I want to do, Dad is very kindly volunteering himself, probably has no choice really, to come and build a little pergola where I'm sat right now next to the greenhouse, so I can have a little seating area and a little shelter for when it rains or when it's really hot, just somewhere to sit and relax. And I'm also kind of debating whether I do actually do it here where I'm sitting, or if I move it to like here, move these compost bins to somewhere else and have like that area as a nice big seating area, and just like remake this little corner into another bed for things maybe we'll see. I think I kind of like that idea. I'd like to hear your thoughts below and what you think of that idea. I can show you a bit better of the space, but I think that could be a good move. Moving the compost bins is going to be a bit of a annoying thing. They're probably all going to fall apart, so I'd most likely just have to rebuild them again. I don't hugely have another big space for compost bins unless it's like right at the front of my plot, which might not be ideal, but I'm not too sure. I'm gonna sit on that one and think about it. But that space here, as you can see, is very empty. There's not much growing here. I am thinking of growing potatoes in a bag next year, and I'm probably just gonna have them here. Maybe I'll do something else. I'll think of something else. I always think of things. I think 2025 is going to be the first full year where I'm gonna have more stuff to grow, more stuff to harvest, more stuff to film, more stuff to do, and like I think just be really stuck into it, and I'm so excited for that. I'm excited to bring you guys along with the journey, and yeah, this is probably going to be the last time I'm at the plot until the new year.